Put your money intact, put your money intact. Invest and show that your money come back. Put your money intact, put your money intact. Invest and show that your money come back. Everybody say, one child, one youth, one tack. One child, one youth, one tack, 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 tack. Become financially free. Join the abundance community, diaspora city. Yeah, we got global accessibility. Your future, your currency. Everybody say, one child, one youth, one tack. One child, one youth, one tack, 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 tack. Become financially free. Join the abundance community, diaspora city. Contact our website or social media for more info. Everybody say, one child, one youth, one tack. One child, one youth, one tack, 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 tack.
Show on it. And you know what is beautiful about those videos is that you assumed nothing. In that you assumed that we did not have the prerequisites. You assumed that you were speaking to Taccians who had never traded before, who didn't know much about cryptocurrency, which is the majority of the Taccians in this community. And you broke it down so that everybody could learn. And Taccians, if you have not watched those taken videos yet, I urge you to go and watch them, because once you watch them, you will just be able to stake with no problem at all. So awesome, Mr. Carr, awesome. And I want to let you know, you are our tax professor, one of them anyway. There are more than one persons in head doing phenomenal jobs, but you are a tax professor. And the topic for today's training is navigating the exchanges. I made it very broad, and Mr. Carr will tell you exactly what he is going to do. Over to you, Mr. Carr.
Wow. Oh, thank you so very much, Director. Oh my, those flattering words. I really appreciate them. And I really appreciate seeing the hard work and effort really translate into benefiting the global community. You must remember one of my mantras is teach a person to fish, and that they can feed themselves for a lifetime. So that's really a philosophy I live by. If you give a person a fish, you give them a meal, but if you teach them to fish, they'll be able to feed themselves for a lifetime. I really believe in that. So I try to exemplify that whenever I can. So Taccian community, it's a privilege for me to be with you once again today. And today we're going to be navigating the exchanges. And so I'm going to share my screen so that we could get a bit of idea as to what we're going to cover today. And so we're going to be covering importing TAC tokens. We're just going to go over that. Importing TAC tokens, connecting to PancakeSwap, swapping TAC tokens, the WEEX Exchange, and staking on TAC staking site. Those are the broad general topics, and of course we will go into each one. Okay, so that's what we're going to cover today. So we're going to start with the first topic, which is importing a TAC token. So I decided to use my browser extensions. You know, most of these apps, Trust Wallet and MetaMask, mobile device apps, but they also have web extensions or browser extensions. So that it's a little bigger, a little clearer for everybody, I'm going to be using the browser extension versions. Now, very important, I want everybody to appreciate that I'm going to start from after you would have gone to the Play Store or the Apple Store and downloaded your Trust or MetaMask wallet. And of course, you would have created your passphrase and you would have backed up your seed phrase. So that's where we're going to start from. Okay? So let me just unlock this. So I'm gonna just by the way, everybody can see my screen clearly, right?
Yes,
Let me
we
just
can.
make sure that.
Yes.
Awesome. So let me put that into full screen, make it even clearer. So it's nice and clear for everybody to see. Okay? So if after you would have downloaded and installed your Trust wallet and you would have created your passcode, this is your home screen that you're going to see for your Trust wallet. Okay? So the first thing we're going to have to do is to import the TAC token so that we can see it in our Trust wallet. All right? So we're going to click on where it says Manage Crypto, right down at the bottom here. That's the first thing we're going to click on. Then we're going to click on the plus sign up here where it says Import Your Crypto. And we're going to search through the list until we find the Binance Smart Chain. Because of course we know that TAC token is on the Binance Smart Chain. So that's what we're looking for. So once you enter the Binance Smart Chain, it's going to ask you for the contract address. Now, the contract address would have been posted in the group some time back. However, we're going to want to take the best approach to make sure we get the right contract address instead of having to search for it through the WhatsApp groups or the forums. So the best practice, we're going to head on over to coinmarketcap.com. So you just open the next browser window and you type coinmarketcap.com. You navigate to it. So we're now on coinmarketcap.com. You go where it has the search bar, the search the magnifying glass to conduct a search. I would have done a recent search on the Abundance coin. So if you have not, you could always just type where it says what are you looking for. You just type TAC and it would bring it up and you just confirm that this is the one you're looking for and you click on it. So once it loads up TAC, we're going to scroll down because we're looking for the contract. So right here, if you look right here, you see it says contract. And if you go over to the right, you see the contract address for TAC. And right next to it, you see an option to copy. So we're going to go ahead and copy. And you see it say copy. So now we have copied the contract address for the Abundance Community coin from CoinMarketCap. So we're going to go back to our Trust wallet. And then we're going to paste that contract address into where it says address. And right away, you see it brings up the Abundance Community coin. And it shows you the decimals and the name. So we confirm that we would have copied the correct contract address for TAC. And so we're going to go ahead where it says add token down at the bottom. Now once we click on that, we can now see that the TAC token has been added to your Trust wallet. Now, very important, you can currently see that my wallet is showing 101 TAC tokens. And of course, based on the current price of TAC, which is $1.41. It's showing you how much that 101 TAC tokens are valued. Now, if your coins are yet to be uploaded and made available to you, that's your 2.5%. When you import the TAC token initially, you may not see any figures reflected here. So it might be saying 0. Don't be alarmed, that's what should happen. But once your tokens are uploaded and sent to you, you would then see the 0 change to the amount of TAC tokens you have, and you would see the price reflect based on the current price of TAC. All right, so that's how you import the TAC token into your Trust wallet. Equally, we're going to do the same thing for MetaMask. So also our MetaMask, they would have been there already, so I'm just removing it so that we can go over the process. Just make it nice and big. So again, this is the home screen. Once you would have launched your MetaMask and you will have created your passcode and backed up your seed phrase, this is the home page. And so again, the first thing we need to do is to import the TAC token into our MetaMask wallet. And so we're going to go ahead and click on where it says import token. Of course, when you're if you're on your mobile app, you'll see the plus sign, and you also see option to import. So you're going to go ahead and import the token. We're going to go to custom token, where it says select a network. We're going to go ahead and click on that, and we're going to choose the Binance Smart Chain. So once we have done that, it's going to again ask now for the token contract address. Now, as before, if you're just doing it for MetaMask for the first, it's the same process. You would head over to CoinMarketCap, you will search for TAC, and then you will search for the contract address, just as we did for the Trust wallet. And once you have it, you'll copy it, same procedure, and you go back to your MetaMask, and you would paste the contract address. And once you do that, you will see it populates the token symbol and the token decimal. So that helps you to know that, yes, you are in fact importing the correct token. So once you're satisfied, you go ahead and click on next. And you'll see it asks you, would you like to import this token? So you go ahead and click on import. You see token imported. You have successfully imported TAC. And now you can see TAC is reflected in your list of tokens that you have in your MetaMask wallet. Again, I currently have 131 TAC. However, you may import it and there might not be a figure here. Do not be alarmed. Once your tokens are uploaded, then it would change from the 0 to the number of tokens that you have been given. Okay? So again, that is the process for you to import the TAC token into your Trust wallet and into your MetaMask wallet. Now, it's very important that you complete these two steps because you're going to need that contract address. You're going to need the token imported for you to be able to see your TAC tokens. And as a very important part of being able to see your tokens is if you are old or a user that existed on the TAC network before we did the Burkina Faso and the marketing promotion, then you're going to have to fill a Google form so that you can let the admin know what's your username, what's your email address that would have been registered on the previous systems, whether the TAC exchange or the BIREC exchange or even the mobile app. And then you're going to have to see where your coins are, as well as filling out whether you took part in any of the promotions. All this information will be gathered to help admin to know all where you have coins so you can get your correct coins. Now, the very last question on that Google data form is going to ask you for your receiving address. So this is going to be the address that you want admin to send your portion of TAC tokens. And so in order to get that receiving address, you're going to go, now that you would have imported the TAC token, so this is for MetaMask, so you would click on TAC, and in here, for the mobile app, it might be a little different. You might see the receive option inside here already. It's the same address for my MetaMask, for my tokens. So I'm going to copy it from up here for my MetaMask. So it says address copied. So when you fill out the data form, you're going to paste that address in where it asks for you to send, for you to place the address that you want to receive your coins at. So if you understand the process, you have to set up either Trust Wallet or MetaMask wallet so that you can import the TAC token, so that you can get your receiving address, so that when you fill out the data form, you can indicate where you want your TAC token sent to. And then because you would have imported the TAC token, when your coins are sent to your address, you'll be able to see them. And so it's the same thing for the Trust Wallet. You would have your Trust Wallet, you would have your TAC token, you would click on your TAC token, and you will see the receiving option. This is whenever someone is sending you a cryptocurrency or an asset, in this case TAC, you will go and get your receiving address, and that's what you're going to provide them. If you are sending tokens to another address or another location, then you will go to send. In this case, we want to receive TAC tokens, so we're going to click on receive, and then we're going to go ahead and copy the address. And so whether you choose the Trust Wallet or you choose MetaMask, this is the procedure you're going to carry out. Each Taccian has to carry out this procedure. As I mentioned, if you are old Taccian or a member who has been there before we started the promotions, you would have to fill out the data form. If you're a new Taccian who came in when we started the Burkina Faso or the marketing promotion, you would still have to go through this same process. However, you will not be filling the data form because the data form is intended to capture information for users who would have had TAC on the BIREC exchange, the TAC exchange, or the mobile app. But if you come in as a new user during the promotions, then what you would need is to still get this receiving address. and then now you would that is the address that you would have to send to your respective leader, to whom you would have purchased your TAC coins, and they will forward that to admin for your coins to be sent to that address likewise. So every Taccian ought to go through this process if they want to receive their TAC coins. Okay, so that's very important. We will have covered importing the TAC token and also getting our receiving address for both the TAC, for both the Trust wallet and for the MetaMask wallet. Okay, so that's the first part of what we want to achieve today. Next, we're going to have a look at connecting to PancakeSwap. So it's always good to be able to follow the process. So you have received your TAC tokens now. It's a decentralized environment, so we are listed, TAC is listed on the PancakeSwap. So you're going to want, if you want to swap some of your TAC tokens, you're going to be doing it on PancakeSwap, the TAC is listed on. So again, there is a website, and there's also PancakeSwap apps that you can download. But either way, PancakeSwap.finance. If in your app, you'll be able to go to where it shows the DEX. And you'll be able to choose PancakeSwap. Of course, later TAC will also be listed on Uniswap as well. But for now, we're focusing on PancakeSwap. So if you're on your Trust wallet, because it might be a little different to what I'm showing on the screen, you would just click on Discover on your Trust wallet down in the bottom right-hand corner, and then you will see DEX, and you will see PancakeSwap. And once you click on PancakeSwap, it will navigate to this screen as well. So once you land on the screen, on the PancakeSwap, the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to connect your Trust wallet or your MetaMask wallet to PancakeSwap. Because remember, your coins, your tokens are on your Trust wallet or your MetaMask wallet. And so you want to trade them on PancakeSwap, and so you need to make a connection from PancakeSwap to your Trust wallet or your MetaMask wallet. So first, we're going to go ahead and connect in the top right-hand corner here. It brings up a number of options. And so in this case, we're going to go with Trust wallet first. So we go ahead and click on Trust wallet. Because I would have done it before, it just go right ahead and connect. It usually will ask you to just confirm the connection. But once you would have done that, you're going to notice that where it once said connect, it's going to now be showing your address. And of course, you'll see disconnect. So you would have connected your Trust wallet to PancakeSwap. And then on the swap, you're going to go ahead and search for the TAC token. In my case, you can see my TAC token is already listed here. If not, you can search for your TAC either by name or by address. But remember, we said best practice. Multiple tokens may have the same name. In fact, persons may create fake version of the TAC token. And so it's always better to do a search by the address. And remember, to get the best place to get the address is to head over to CoinMarketCap, copy the address, and then you come back and you paste it so that it identifies your token. Okay? So once we select our TAC token, at the top, it says from. So you're swapping from TAC to, and then now down here you would choose what you're swapping to. Now we have a TAC to, we're going to go ahead and choose USDT. So that's what we're swapping from. We're swapping from TAC to USDT. Okay? So that's the flow of how it works. We're swapping from TAC to USDT. So we're going to go ahead and choose our amount. And of course, you can choose a percentage, 25, 50, 100% of your portfolio, or you can choose to enter a manual amount. So we could say, for example, swap one TAC, and based on the current price of TAC, it's going to show you how much you're going to get. You're going to see your fees. So all of it is going to be there. Once you're satisfied with the information and what you want to do, you're going to go ahead and click on swap. So now you have to confirm the swap. And of course, you're noticing it saying price updated if you want to accept. Now, very important, because it's not a stable coin, TAC is not a stable coin like USDT or USDC. The price change is a bit volatile. So between when you choose to make a swap, the price that it might be at that time, and by the time the swap is complete, might have changed several times. And so even during your process, you see it's telling you the price has changed. Do you want to accept the new price? And that is one feature of this right here that says slippage. The slippage tolerance. If you're trading a stable coin like USDT, so let's say we were to trade USDC to USDT, then you probably would set the slippage to a very low amount because you don't expect the price for USDC or USDT to change much. And so you could set a low slippage. However, because TAC price is changing so often, you may have to end up setting a higher slippage in order for it to be successful. But let's check and see. So we're going to accept the price and we're going to confirm the swap. And so it's going to ask for approval. And it's telling me I have insufficient BNB. No worries. Let's do that again. I do have sufficient BNB in this account. No worries.
Raka, can you listen
Yes,
to me? Please, go back to
yes.
the trust wallet. Okay, so click on that setting icon there at the top right hand side. Click on the setting icon there.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm coming. The slippage
Yeah,
tolerance there. Put
I
it.
know. I realized I wanted to show them what would have happened if I have it set low before I took
Okay.
it up higher. But it
Oh,
was just telling me that I didn't have enough to go through. But I realized it wouldn't go through with the slippage that I have it set on. I just wanted
oh.
to show. Okay, but okay. So let me go ahead and change the slippage because it's not gonna go through with that slippage that I have at the moment. So correctly, I can come here and I can enter a manual slippage. Let me carry it up to about 5%. Still is telling me insufficient. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me rectify that. I was showing trust wallet. Okay. Oh, okay. I see what happened. I maybe used off all of my BNB that I had
Yes, you
on
don't have
my.
you don't
Yes,
have
my
BN.
BNB finished. Okay, let me. That's the problem. Why it's telling me I have insufficient. I had some earlier, but I think I used it off. So okay, I'm going to disconnect my Trust wallet, and I'm going to connect my MetaMask that has a balance of BNB. So see, very important. You have to make sure you have sufficient BNB to pay the gas fees. So that's the problem right there. Um, okay. So one tack, we're gonna make the swap. We're gonna go ahead and select swap. So let me try again to do it at the lower slippage. Oh, I definitely have enough on my, okay. All right. Let me go ahead with the higher slippage and see. Sometimes these things happen with live demonstrations. I did it before earlier and it went through quite fine. It's still telling me I have insufficient balance.
You still
I'm on
have
my meta.
BN. Is that your
Yes.
MetaMask?
Yes, my MetaMask. Yeah, I have BNB. Yeah, I have BNB.
Oh, okay. So try increase the slippage to like 7. Let's see.
Yeah, let me try that. Slippage is high.
Yes, just proceed.
Yeah. hmm Now, while that's loading, one thing I will warn you with the when you set those high slippages, I'm not sure. The thing is, When
I
you
agree
see
with that.
it's just, I don't know. I'm gonna, sometimes things. Let me give it one last try to figure it out.
Mr. Carr, I think you're doing great. I think we really get the idea. So I mean, you
Okay,
have already
is
gone through
at
the
this point, yeah,
process.
it's just
So
sweet to complete, yeah.
yeah, so just move
No
on to
problem.
another one.
Okay,
Yeah,
no
I think we're
problem.
good. We're good.
So that's how you would go about doing the swapping. You'd connect to your PancakeSwap, and then you'd connect your respective wallets, and then you would go about searching for your token that you want to swap, and then you would swap. Okay. Sometimes these things don't go through for whatever reason. You can just try them multiple times, and it should work. As I said, I did both earlier, and it went through just fine. Okay, so that's how you would go about connecting to PancakeSwap and swapping your TAC tokens. Okay. So that's the decentralized environment. PancakeSwap, your Trust Wallet, your MetaMask. But TAC is also on a centralized exchange, what we call CEX. And in this case, currently TAC is listed on the WEEX Exchange. And so we're going to head over to WEEX. So that's WEEX.com. And once you land on the home page for WEEX, you have a login or sign up options. If it's the first time you're coming to the WEEX Exchange, you're going to want to go ahead and click on sign up. If you already have an account, of course, you'd click on login and put in your login details. So if you click on sign up, you're going to get this options to sign up either via email or phone number. And so it's pretty straightforward once you follow it. You read the terms and conditions, you sign up, and WEEX offers a number of new user gifts. So the sign up process is pretty straightforward. I already have an account, so I'm going to go ahead and log in to my account. Once you would have set up your account, it's going to have, once you choose I'm not a robot, you're gonna have the option to set security where you can have two-factor authentication. That's really like the Google Authenticator, which is currently the one I'm using. You also have your phone number that you can set as a backup as well. So I'm just waiting for my Google Authenticator to cycle through before I put in the new set of numbers. So once it confirms, it logs you in and you land on this screen. And so this is a WEEX exchange. Of course, you can see now that you're logged in and you have a number of things that you can look at. Very important, it has a help center. It's always a good place to go if you're not certain about something. It tells you about weeks. It has frequently asked questions. You have the option to get the app. It has user guides. So it has a number of things. For example, if you click on the user guide, you get information about different terminologies and how to do various things. So I encourage you, if you're new to the environment, even if you're new to WEEX Exchange, you can take some time and go through the help section where you can get information about various aspects of WEEX Exchange, okay? So if you want to get back to the home page, you just click where it has the WEEX icon, and you'll be right back to the home page for WEEX. I think I closed out. Yes, I closed out my logged in. Seems like, oh no, there you go. I'm good. So right. So on your icon for your user, now remember our coins are on our Trust wallet and our MetaMask wallet. Okay? We all remember that. That's the first place they're going to be sent. If you want them somewhere else, you now have the responsibility to move them. So your coins are not going to automatically be on the WEEX Exchange because TAC is listed on the WEEX Exchange. And so you have to manually make the choice to transfer your coins from your Trust or MetaMask wallet over to your WEEX Exchange wallet so that you can use them there. And so you're going to want to do a deposit into the WEEX Exchange from your Trust or MetaMask wallet. So first thing you're going to need is your deposit address. And so you're going to head over to the deposit section. Once you land on your deposit section, of course, you know you have your withdrawal and your transfer, etc. But on the deposit, you're going to again search for your TAC because you want the deposit address on the WEEX Exchange for your TAC token so that you can send your TAC token from your Trust or MetaMask wallet to the WEEX Exchange. Okay, so you select the network. Of course, we all know it's BIP20, that's the Binance, and you see your deposit details. So you now have your deposit address. So we're going to go ahead and copy your deposit address for the WEEX Exchange, and then you would head over to your MetaMask or your Trust wallet, as the case may be, and you're going to go into your TAC token, into send, and that's where now you will paste the address, the one you copied from WEEX, into your recipient address, and then you also input the amount. So let's say we want to send 20 TAC tokens because we have a balance. We can see here we have 100 TAC tokens in our Trust wallet. We want to send 20 over to our WEEX Exchange account. Of course, you can put in a manual figure, or you can just send all. But in this case, we're going to send 20. So you go ahead and choose 20, you preview. Okay. I really believe I am short on BNB. I probably should have bought some more BNB, but as we are mindful, everything that you're doing on the Binance Smart Chain, you have to have BNB to pay. So remember, I don't have any BNB in my Trust wallet. So I have some BNB in my MetaMask wallet. So let me do the transaction from my MetaMask. So we go into our TAC. We go to send. Again, we're going to enter the address. That's our address we would have copied from WEEX. We're now in our MetaMask. It's loading. Yes. Let me go back in again. Wonderful.
Your computer,
okay.
your computer not talking to you today. So,
all of these processes work seamless earlier. It's some of the joys of doing live demonstrations. Sometimes it goes wrong on the fly.
But Mr. Carr, I also think we're good because you're on Trust wallets and you previewed. I suspect that the only thing you needed to click on was confirm, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So we're good. We're good.
Yes, I'm gonna give it one last swing, and then if it doesn't work, we move on. Okay. All right, there you go. So we choose the amount. Let's go with 20. And once we confirm, we go ahead and continue. So we see we're sending and we confirm network fee. We confirm and we see transaction confirmed. And so once you have done that, you head back over to your WEEX. You can go on asset overview. Yes, my computer is not behaving. And you get an overview of all your assets. So your TAC tokens would land in your TAC account on the WEEX Exchange, and you would see it show up in your balance. Again, sometimes the live demonstrations, everything don't work well. But it's there. It has landed. This just doesn't even want to open. But importantly, once you would have then funded your WEEX exchange with TAC tokens, if you want to do selling, and equally, if you want to do buying, it's the same process. You would go to deposits and you would deposit, for example, USDT. You would choose a network again, whether it's BNB again, and you would get your deposit address, and you will go to wherever you bought USDT, and you will do a withdrawal to this address. And once you do that, it will also land in your WEEX exchange account on your spot account. Mine is just, as you can see, it's not even loading up nicely. So you can see now the price, before we had 274, it has now increased to 294. So the 20 TAC tokens I sent earlier has arrived. Okay, so we can see that there. So your 20 tokens have arrived. Okay, so we know we successfully sent TAC tokens from our MetaMask wallet over to our WEEX Exchange wallet. Okay, so I hope everybody was able to follow that process. So now we're going to move on to some spot trading. We can either click direct on spot, so in this case, we see we have buying and selling options. You remember, this is a familiar ground to some. It's new for others. But this is where you have your order books, where your matching engine. This is the heart of trading on a centralized exchange. You have persons placing buy and sell orders, and once there is a match between a buy and a sell order, the matching engine executes that trade. So this is the same familiar environment. Of course, it's currently set to TAC. If it wasn't, you can always just come here and say search for the TAC pair. Over in this corner right here, you see the TAC pair shows up on the USDT pairs. You go ahead and click on it, and you get to see a number of information. You get to see the market price. So we see the pair up here. We see the market price currently $1.03 or 36 cents. And we see the volume, the highs, the lows. So we get a number of information. So as I said earlier, before you can do any trading, you would have to fund your accounts. If you intend to buy, you would have to fund your account with USDT. And so you can see here, my account is funded with USDT. And also, if you intend to sell, you'll have to fund your account with TAC. So you can see as well, I have 294 TAC that I can put up to sell. Okay? So everybody can see my screen still, right?
Yes.
Everybody can, yes, just making sure. I just want to you can see the whole screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I think.
So you can see the order book and the last trades and so?
Yes.
Okay,
It's
good.
kind of tiny, but it's okay.
Yeah, because I expanded out the page. So the last set of trades that are being executed, you can come right here and see them and see the price they're being executed at and the amount. And to the left of that, you have the order book. It's showing at the top, it's showing about 10 sell orders that are being placed. It shows the current price in the middle. and it shows about 10 buy orders that are currently on the exchange. All right, so that's what's on the right side. On the left side, you can look for your assets, and in the middle, you have where you can place your buy orders on the left with the green, and you can place your sell orders on the right with the red. So you're buying TAC, you're going to be using your USDT to purchase TAC. You're selling TAC, you're going to be selling your TAC to receive USDT. All right, so I hope you understand the difference. So we have two types of orders, and just quickly, we have up here spot and futures. Futures is beyond the scope of this training, but just know that's just betting. That's just placing orders based on future prices of assets, right? But that's beyond the scope of this particular trading. So that's why we're focusing on spot trading, which is more or less trading based on the current prices that we have to work with. So on the spot trading, we have two types of orders that we can place. We can either place a limit order or a market order. Now, very simply, the market order is where you are either going to buy or sell at the best available price. So the order book, once you decide to place a market order, so let's say you intend to buy TAC, so you decide how much USDT you intend to spend. You can either put in a manual amount of say 15, or you can adjust the percentage bar, and that will show you how much USDT you're going to spend. So in this case, I would be spending 57 USDT at the best market price. So once I hit buy, it will go and check the order book, and perhaps this one is the best price currently on the books. So once I hit buy, it would execute and spend 57 USDT and buy me as much TAC as I can get at that price. If, for example, this order did not have enough to use up all of my 57, it would move to the next best price until the 57 USDT has been spent. Okay, so that's the market order if you're buying. And likewise, if you're selling TAC, is the same thing. You decide here how much TAC you want to sell. You can either put a number, or you can toggle the percentage as well and decide, okay, I want to sell 50% of the TAC that is currently available. So that's 153 TAC. And once I hit sell, it's going to go and look for the best market price. So currently, that might be, it's going to look for the best price under the buy orders, and it's going to execute the sell at the best market price. So that's how the market order works. It executes the trade at the best available price currently on the order books. So you can decide if that's what you want to do, or if you want to have more control over the price that you buy and sell at, you can choose to create limit orders. And so for a limit order, you get to set the price and the amount. So you get to set the price. You can accept, for example, the current $1.40 or $1.40 that's there, or you can actually click in there and you can actually change the price. So let's say you change the price to $5. And then you can decide how much TAC you want to buy at that price. So let's say I want to buy 10 TAC. So as we can see, you can buy 10 TAC at $5 for a total of 50 USDT, right? And once I hit buy, that's going to then be added down here under my open orders. So there'll be an open order saying that I'm willing to buy 10 TAC coins at $5 each. And so once there is a matching seller that's selling, and only when there's a match, so my order would not be executed at $3 or $4 because there's no match. I have decided the price that I want to buy at. Unlike the market order, I just take the best offer available at the moment. For the limit order, I get to control what price I buy and sell at. And so it will stay down here until it's matched. Once it's matched, it will be executed and filled. The same thing for the sell order. If you want to decide, you know what, I understand the value of my TAC, and I'm going to be setting a price of $25 for my TAC, and I am going to sell, say I have 50 TAC. So I have 50 TAC coins, but I am not selling them for anything less than $25. So as you can see, you set the price, you set the amount, and you can see how much USDT you would earn once this order is filled. That's 1,250 USDT. So once you place the sell order, it will execute down here. Now, for example, let me place the sell order for this one, just to show us. So we can see down here on the open orders, we'll see we have our trading pair, the direction it's going to go in, which is a sell, the price we're selling at, the amount we're selling, and how much we would earn from the order being filled. And it also shows you what percentage is filled and unfilled. Well, what amount of tokens is filled and unfilled. So for example, if someone was to buy, say, 10 TAC tokens at this price, you would see filled becomes 10, unfilled would be 40, and you would see the amount that you would have earned, which would have been the 10 at 25, which is like 250. So you would see you earn 250 USDT from the 10 coins that the person would have bought. And of course, you have the option to cancel your order if you decide, you know what, I'm not going to bother sell my TAC for just $25. So let me go ahead and cancel this order. You just click on cancel and the order would be canceled. Okay? So that is placing limit orders and market orders on the WEEX Exchange. And so that brings us to the last section.
Mr. Carr?
Yes?
May I suggest that we leave staking for another day? It's already almost 3:20, and I want to leave time for questions, and we usually have a limit on Telegram for training. So
Okay.
I think we should stop here and leave the staking for another day.
No problem. Okay. So that brings me to the end then of the presentation, and I'll turn back over to you, Director.
Thank you so much, Mr. Carr. Maybe you may want to stop the recording.
Yes, let me do that. Let me stop sharing. And I can't go right ahead, Director.
Thank you, Mr. Carr. Wow, this was fantastic. This was fantastic. I learned a lot. I took a lot of notes. I know that the video is there, but I like taking notes. So I have a lot of notes and enough. I do have a comment, or well, let's start with a question. When anyone logs in or signs up in WEEX, right? They have to do their KYC, right? You heard that, Mr. Carr? Yeah. Am I audible?
Oh, sorry, I was muted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was the one muted and talking. Yes, I was saying, I don't think at this time Weeks requires KYC before you do anything, but I went ahead and did mine prior to anything taking place.
Okay.
I stand for someone to try it and let me know if
Okay.
in fact it requires you. But I went ahead and did mine up front.
Well, let me just say something about that because when I was signing up, I saw to do the KYC, right? And I tried to do it and it was failing all the time. It just was not going through. And I know I was doing it correctly because I've done KYC before. So I got in touch with them, the customer service representatives. And this is for those living in the US. They said those people living in the US do not need to do KYC because it is not supported in the US. However, we can still trade and do everything else on WEEX. So KYC is not supported. However, in other countries, they have to do the KYC, not the US. So I thought I would make that point.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm. The other question that I have is two other questions. Where does one buy USDT, and two, which do you prefer using, the limit order or the market order?
So you can buy USDT from any one of those exchanges like Kraken, CEX.io, Bitcoin.com. There's several options you have. Any way that you would have bought Bitcoins in the past, USDT is widely available. So you can buy from there and you just transfer over to your WEEX account by going and getting your receiving address and do a withdrawal from wherever you bought the USDT. Okay, and the second question was what again?
Which do you prefer, the limit order or the market order?
Well, I personally prefer the limit order because I would like to control the price that I set for my TAC coins to be sold at. When you place a market order, once you hit sell or buy, you're at the mercy of the market. So you'll just be taking the best available price, whatever that is at the time. Of course, if you are following the trend in the market and you decide, you know what, the price tag is in the market right now, that's the price I want it at, and so I'm just going to go ahead and sell at that price, well, that's your choice.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Carr. Okay, there are hands up. So I will let Pastor Awesome, I'm allowing you to speak, followed by Mr. Abu Bakar. So Pastor Awesome, go right ahead, please. You can unmute and ask your question, Pastor Awesome. You have to unmute to speak. Mr. Abu Bakar, are you ready?
Yes, please.
Go ahead, Mr. Abu Bakar.
All right. Good evening, all the house. My question is on the platform PancakeSwap, I'm copying the contract on my coin. After copying the contract address coming on the page of PancakeSwap and pasting the contract address on the page and to input it to the PancakeSwap platform. After the page you open and they will ask you understand. I understand. After clicking there, I don't see anywhere to click to confirm that information. So that's my question I'm asking about. Thank you.
Director, did you get the question? I know it's about PancakeSwap, but I'm not sure specifically what he's saying.
He was going in and out, but I think it's the contract address. When he inputs it and he confirms it, he was not getting anything. Is that what it is, Mr. Abubakar?
Yes, that's the question.
He said yes, Mr. Carr.
Yes. I was just trying to remember because
I wonder if it's the correct.
Yeah, I think I have
address.
an idea. I think I have an idea what he's talking. So when he comes here and he inputs the address, here's where you're talking, right? He's still there?
Mr. Abubakar, they're asking. Mr. Carr is asking you if that's what you're referring to in PancakeSwap.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so as you can see, it came in here for me. So I got it to add. So I'm not sure why you didn't get it. Perhaps you can try it a few times. Because I got it to add, as you can see. So probably you can try and see if try it a few times, maybe change your location, network location or something, and try it again. But as you can see,
please. My own no. Please, my own do not come like this. But make I take a screenshot and send it to you, please. If you see it. Thank you.
Sorry?
He said he will make a screenshot and send it to you.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Abubakar. Okay, Mr. Senesi, I'm allowing you to speak, followed by Vindada. You next. Go ahead, Mr. Senesi. Mr. Senesi, can you hear? You need to unmute to speak. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Senesi.
Yes.
Okay, we're not hearing you. You need to speak up, please.
Please, I would just want to know what is the importance of using the. Hello.
You're breaking up.
Hello.
You're breaking up. Go ahead and ask
Am I
your
audible
question
now?
quick. Yes, you're audible. Go ahead, please.
Oh. Okay.
Please ask
Okay. Thank you very much. So please, I just want to know what is the importance of stoppage, if there's anything. The importance of stoppage.
The importance of slippage.
Is it slippage?
Yes,
okay.
Slippage, yeah.
Okay,
yes.
okay, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Senesi.
Yes, very good question. Thank you for the question. So again, as I was explaining, when you're dealing with stable coins, those are coins where the price doesn't move much. Because if we can appreciate, USDT has been around $1 for forever. USDC likewise is around $1. So if you're swapping USDT to USDC or vice versa, you wouldn't expect much price change to happen at the time you're doing the trade. Okay? So you can set what is considered to be a rather low slippage, meaning you don't expect the price to move much. However, when you're dealing with altcoins and like what TAC is, where the price is volatile, it might have a higher possibility that at the time you decided you want to swap, and the time that the swap actually goes through, the price might have changed. And so you don't want your transaction to necessarily just fail because you might have decided, you know what, at the time when I say I want to sell 1 TAC, for example, so you decided you wanted to sell 1 TAC or swap 1 TAC for USDT at that time. And you were satisfied that the price was what the price was at that time. Okay? However, by the time it executes, the price may have fallen to half that price. Now, if the price isn't the same as when you tried to swap it, it naturally would fail. However, when you set a slippage, it allows for room for price movement. So it doesn't just lock in the strict price that you're selling at. And because the asset is volatile, that's the importance of setting a slippage. So it says, although I wanted to swap at this price, if the price moves up to, say, 1% in a direction from what I have it, still execute the trade. And that's why I said you could come and you could set a manual position of 5%, 10%. So you could say, even if the price moves 5% from the price I chose to swap at, still execute the swap. Okay, so because it's volatile, the price may not be the initial one you chose, and so that's the importance of setting a slippage. As opposed to if you're trading a stable coin that the price won't move much. Okay, does that explain to you?
Yes, sir. Thanks very much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Vindada, are you ready? You can unmute. Vindada? Okay, let me go on to the next raised hand. Shakiru.
Yes,
Oh, yes. Did somebody say them?
Mr. Carr, please, I send a screenshot. Check it for me, please. Thank you.
Pardon me? I beg your pardon?
I think he said he sent me the screenshot.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, let's move
Hello.
on. Yes, yes, Vindada, go ahead now.
Hi, good day to the house. My question is reference the uploading of TAC coins to the respective wallets. And my question specifically is, given the fact that unlike the previous exchange where we were able to see the percentage of coins locked and unlocked, and in the decentralized and centralized exchanges, we don't have that option. I'm trying to figure out how will we know that all of our coins that were captured in the old system will actually be transferred to the new system.
Okay,
because we're going to be releasing it at 2%, 2.5% for the first 6 months, and then 5% for the remainder.
Okay.
So basically, how will we know that we're going to receive that the totals that you guys have are actually
well, that's a
correct?
very good question.
Thank you, sir.
And
That's
I
a
can
very good.
answer
Sorry, let me. Okay, so here's a calculator. We can do a reverse calculation to figure out how much coins you were giving your 2.5% at. Okay, very simple. let's say you receive 10 TAC coins as your 2.5%, right? Now, 2.5, you just simply convert it to a decimal, which is 0.025. And so you just divide the amount you received, which was the 10 coins, as your 2.5. You divide it by 0.025, and you'll get back how much coins is your total. Is that simple enough? Our director, perhaps you being a mathematician, have an easier way to explain it? Or was this good enough?
No, that's okay. That's it. You just divide the number of coins you have by 0.025. Your answer should be the coins that you started with, that the number
Right.
of coins that you have held in your wallet.
Does that answer your question, sir?
Okay, yes. Yeah, that helps.
Okay.
I have a suggestion as well too. I have a suggestion. Reference the funding of wallet. I know we went through the swapping and how you function on the exchanges, but I don't think I've actually seen a video where we actually fund a wallet. I think someone asked a question and you mentioned Kraken and some other applications, but I don't think I've seen a video where you actually go through that process. So I don't know if that would be possible that you could actually.
I actually did videos in the past of actually buying crypto using I think it might have been the same Kraken director.
Yes,
I think I would have done that. Yeah, those are on the our website, our YouTube channel. Yeah,
Yes,
I've actually done a video where I purchased crypto. So you can go there and have a look.
Okay, no problem. I'll check it out.
All right, then. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Okay, I see Pastor Awesome is back, so I will allow you to speak, followed by Nora Adideji. Your hand was up, and yeah. Pastor Awesome, go ahead, please.
All right, thank you, Chief of Staff. Thank you so much, Director. One of the this I heard is KYC. In Ghana, if you don't do the KYC on WEEX Exchange and face verification, you are not going to be permitted to trade. So, Ghana, you have to do the KYC with your Ghana card, and then face verification before you will be allowed to do deposits and start trading. And also some of the Taccians coming to me concerning the TAC import to Trust Wallet and MetaMask. They said they are not able to see the TAC logo. So leaders, please, I think Director of Operation is also here, so explain that to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Awesome.
Sorry, Mr. Awesome, can you repeat your question? My network was disrupted.
The last part about not seeing the TAC logo, Pastor Awesome, you want to repeat that for the ambassador?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You not seeing TAC logo on TAC is it MetaMask or Trust Wallet?
Both.
Both. Okay. It will appear in time. You know, some of these platforms, especially MetaMask, like I said, the Trust Wallet, CoinMarketCap, and Binance are owned by one person, one individual. So that is why you can see the price of TAC, and our logo will also appear in due time. We are just new on the platform. But again, I will just use this opportunity to answer those people that their figures or the price of TAC is not showing on MetaMask. That MetaMask is using CoinGecko as a data aggregate. So you might not see the price of TAC there, but that does not mean your TAC doesn't have price. But with time, as we launch on CoinGecko, there's some target we need to meet. You know, that's what you people. The cryptocurrency space is becoming more serious. Some of these things are things that I can easily do in the past, easily within hours. But now it has to take process, difficulty for you to get them done. So we are telling it's a reminder to our people that the space is getting more serious and we must get more serious with it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador. Madam Nora Adijeji, are you ready?
Hello, House. Thank you
Hello.
for allowing me. Please, my question is, the centralized exchange, is it still valid? Because I tried to log in with my username and password, but it's not. The password is not accepted. I don't know why.
Which username and password are you using, ma'am?
I'm talking of a centralized exchange.
The TAC exchange?
Yeah, the new one.
Mr. Carr, do you want to answer that?
Okay, and second question, please, can I just
Go ahead.
when
Go
I
ahead.
open my what is this tag the centralized exchange, I noticed that the BNB are using the same tag receiver, address. Is it the same? Because I noticed they have the same address with BNB. So is that right? I just want to confirm that. And the third question is the Burkina Faso and the other one. I think I contribute, also take part.
The
But I
promotions,
don't know.
yes.
I want to know how much cost I have because it's just not clear. Sorry, that's my question. Thank you.
Thank you. First two questions. Mr. Carr, are you there to answer? She has 3 questions.
Director, yes,
Okay.
I'm here. I'm here. Thank you for your questions.
The second
Okay,
question.
yeah, go right ahead, Mr. Otium.
Okay, no, the second question is what I remember, is what I seems to get to answer. Can you repeat the second question, ma'am?
The second question I say, the MetaMask receive this thing we try to download. I thought we are having the receive BNB. Is it what is it called? Let me check again.
Yes, the receiving address you're talking
The
about,
receiving
right?
address is the same thing with.
It's the same thing with BNB, right?
Is it? Yeah, I want to know because I get confused
Okay.
about.
Okay, now you can use that same address. You can use that same address to receive BNB, to receive USDT, and to receive TAC. That same address here. Okay? That's not a problem. As far as some BNB chain.
Okay. All right. That's clear.
Okay?
What was, okay.
So the other questions, I believe Mr. Carr can handle it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Otium. Yes, so the first question, very simply, ma'am, the TAC exchange is no more. So I'm not sure where you have been for the last several weeks.
Months.
No, I've been with you. I always follow I just don't. I know it's no more, but I went to Abundant Community Coins. I just try. I just said maybe see working. I'm not really.
But ma'am, if you have been with us and you're aware it's no more, how can you be trying to log into it if it's no more? You are required, as I would have said earlier, every person, old and new, are required to download either Trust Wallet and MetaMask, import the TAC token, get the receiving address. If you hadn't,
I've done that. That's why I asked the question by the Mr. Autumn.
Okay, so why are you trying to log into the TAC exchange?
Yeah, because of the Burkina Faso and the other one. I just want to know how much coins I have because.
on the form, on the Google data form, you would indicate that you took part in those promotions. And so what will happen, all your coins will be tabulated and the 2.5 will be sent to your receiving address. So as I showed earlier with the calculator, once you get that amount, you can always back check to see how much your total coins were.
All right.
You
Thank
could,
you very
all
much.
right?
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah.
all right.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Carr. Okay, we have two more questions and then we'll call it a night. Mr. Adelusi, you're first, followed by Reverend Oyuki. You're next. And I see Mr. Godwin will take you last. And that's it. Go ahead, Mr. Adelusi.
Good evening, everybody. God bless
Madam
you.
Adelusi, I'm so sorry.
No problem. The question I just want to ask is about the Google form. When next is it going to be released for the next 500? Because actually I was not rushing, so I have not filled.
Thanks for that question. Mr. Ambassador Ochium, do you have an answer for that? When will the next Google form be released?
Okay, one moment. It will be released when we upload the first, at least the first 1,000 names. So we are working on the first 500, which is ready. The COS will make announcement in due time, but the next 500 will be released in due time. So after we release that 1,000, I think the form will be made available.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador. Reverend Oyuki, your turn. Mr. Godwin, your turn. You ready? Okay, Zabistar Success, go ahead, please. You can unmute Zabistar Success. Okay. I'm not hearing anything from the three people I just called, so let us get an afternoon, a night. We already passed time, and the Telegram will conk out on us in a little bit. So I want to thank all of you all for coming to this phenomenal training. Mr. Carr, thank you for the work that you did. A lot of work. That is a lot of work that you did, and the PowerPoint that you used, the slides were really good. So thank you for the work that you have put in and for giving us such a very, very educational training, and very, very well done. And so before we go, just let me make the announcement again that I made at the beginning. There will be a seminar on July 26th, so please mark your calendars. I will put the flyer again in the forums. It will be on StreamYard through YouTube. And as I mentioned, the dispatch of Taccians coins have begun. So within 12 to 24 hours, coins of an additional 500 Taccians will be uploaded. And this is going to be continuous. Please make it easy on the executives who are working non-stop to ensure that all coins are dispatched error-free. So the next time the Google form comes around, please complete it once, not twice or three times, just once. Ensure the username you provide is correct, and ensure that the receive address of your wallet, either your Trust or your MetaMask, is also correct. And also remember, there are several YouTube videos. All what we do in training, I create the YouTube videos and they are in the channel. I always put the videos in the forum, but there is a channel that Chris Bundy always publicizes the name of the channel. But you just go on YouTube, the Abundance Community Coin, and you will find the channel and you will see all the videos in there. So please use those videos to educate yourself. Watch them again and again and again until you can do what the video instructs you to do. So thank you again so much for coming. You have a lovely evening and a lovely week. We'll see you next Saturday. Bye-bye.
Put your money intact, put your money intact. Invest and show that your money come back. Put your money intact, put your money intact. Invest and show that your money come back. Everybody say, one child, one youth, one tack. One child, one youth, one tack, 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 tack. Become financially free. Join the abundance community, diaspora city. Yeah, we got global accessibility. Your future, your currency. Everybody say, one child, one youth, one tack. One child, one youth, one tack, 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 tack. Become financially free. Join the abundance community, diaspora city. Contact our website or social media for more info. Everybody say, one child, one youth, one tack. One child, one youth, one tack.